Today we're hanging out in my Japanese garden and we're gonna plant a camellia. But let's take a look around first. Now here's the water feature in the garden. It's made out of a big block of granite. I carved the bowl out with an angle grinder. That was a lot of fun. And there's a tub underneath that the water can cycle through and come out the bamboo spout. There's a little bamboo planted next to it. Well, this is a seedling elm tree. They just kind of popped up and I've been cutting them to put them into a little shape. He's a couple of years old now. Eventually we'll make them look just like a bonsai tree. And we've got a lantern. And this dish is for burning incense to keep mosquitoes away. Mosquitoes aren't out yet, but sometimes in the hottest part of the summer, it's a little tough to hang out here. You get bitten. And sometimes you get some visitors that like to have a little drink. Like this big Neko-chan. There's a nice pink hydrangea that's just about to come into flower. A couple more weeks, and it'll be nice and beautiful. Behind that hydrangea you can see a little stone lantern I carved out by myself. Drilled a couple of holes through that rock. Glued them together, give it a nice rustic look. My Japanese garden sort of has two little hills with kind of a dry stream bed in between them. And on this hill here on the left you can see a nice black pine. He's pretty old now. This black pine just got a big trimming this season. So he's still growing back in. Here's a couple of potted plants, bonsai style. That's a wisteria in the back. It's beautiful, purple flowers in its season. And up in front of it is an Italian stone pine. Now he is a little raggedy, can use a big haircut. But I kind of like him that way. Now here's my rake. The floor out here is pea gravel. And I built this rake out of an old piece of fence wood and a long stick. And you can draw patterns in the gravel. Different waves, different shapes. I like to give it a nice wavy pattern, kind of reminiscent of water. So here's the camellia. Camellia japonica debutante. Nice pink flowers. Now this one was kind of a bargain. So it's a little bit leggy. Got some dead growth to cut off. I'm not really going to cut it until I can tell if those branches are actually dead. Well, this is where it's going to go, right in the middle of the hill on the right side. I've got some water lines in there. Just move those around when you plant it. So we're going to get these lines out of the way. Dig a hole right here. Now this mountain is made of a bit of rubble, so we might have to dig through some rocks. Oh, not too bad. Just move the dirt to the side. Make a nice deep hole. Not quite twice as deep as the pot, but maybe a time and a half. your hole, you want to get it nice and wet. So we're just going to dampen it down a bit. A lot of water for a camellia. Not a big puddle, but nice and damp. So at the bottom of our hole, we're going to amend it a little bit with a little bit of garden soil. Put that right in, a little bit more. And then we're going to go ahead and mix that in. Right. It's time to get this guy out of the pot and get him in. Slides right out. Alright, we'll get him right in the hole. Now that is a little too deep. You don't want to plant your camellia too deep. In fact, you want the top of the roots to stick out about 2 inches. So we're going to backfill this hole a little bit. Just put him down for a second. Put a little of the soil back in. Let's see how we look. A little bit more. That ought to do it. There we go. Now we're going to backfill with all the soil we dug out. Just push it right back in around. And again, we're going to try and leave a bit of the root ball on the top. Alright, we'll tuck them in around the sides. Not too tight. Smooth out all the rest of the dirt around him. Pull out any leaves. Right, there we go, in the ground. So the next thing to do is to top dress it. Put a little bit more of this soil, compost. Go ahead and just use our hands. Really tuck it in around the top of the root ball here. There we go. Now Camellia likes a bit of half shade, dappled sun, so this is going to be the perfect spot. Not too sunny, not too shady. A little bit of acid soil. So we're going to cover a bit of our amended soil. Let's kind of make the color the same. Kind of round off the top of the hill. Alright, now that he's all tucked in, we're going to water him. Nice and damp. Water all around. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.